Smile, be, chat, join for networking.
Hi, Martyn Sloman, Gold Dust Sales Training, and I'm known as the Yes Man. I'm called the Yes Man because I help people get more yeses during their conversations. So typically that's with their clients or their prospects, people who they'd like to work with. So this is ultimately about getting agreement. And so that means sending the right message to people and then interpreting it and receiving it. We're constantly sending and receiving messages all the time. So that's known as feedback. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to look at communication, how we communicate with each other, and perhaps how we can understand each other better and get more agreement, get more yeses. So to help us do that, I'm going to need some people to participate on this. So I'll need 4 volunteers because we're going to play a communication game called the Bendy Man feedback game. So please can I have 4 volunteers from this side of the room, please? On the back row, there you go. On the back row. Oh look, we've got 2 there who've really kindly volunteered for us. Thank you. And then, oh, we've got someone. I need someone from over this side of the room then, please. Come on, let's have someone. Oh yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Right. So your first objective, if you can please, is to go out into the boardroom, out onto the fire escape, and just wait there for a moment whilst I give these guys some instructions, and then I'll come through and I'll tell you what you've got to do because there's a mission that you've got to undertake. Are you ready for this? Yes. Fantastic. Okay, so go away then, please. So out on the fire escape so that you can't hear what we're doing. Okay, so when we're sending and receiving messages to each other, we're using feedback, all right? There's 4 kinds of feedback. We'll just quickly put them up here. You've got positive, negative, you've got none, and you've got constructive. Okay, so let's look at positive first of all. So I'll demonstrate it because you guys are fantastic. You at least deserve some kind of demonstration. I know that you're experts in your field. You're the cream of the network, and you're all legends. You're amazing. You know, you're such effective communicators. You should really be up here doing this. And I'm in awe of just the general effect that you have upon everyone that you meet. You've already had a profound impact on me. Before I even met you, and as soon as I heard I was going to be meeting you, I was just like, oh, this is fantastic. I can't wait to be there. So, how do you feel about that message? It's good, is it? Yeah? Okay, right. Do you believe it? I did, yeah. Right, so there's probably an element of truth in there. I think, you know, I quite like you. But does it seem, how does it seem? How does it feel?
Bit cheesy.
Bit cheesy, bit insincere, kind of loses it? Yeah, Brad loves it. So we'll keep going for Brad. So positive, you could almost just say you're saying nice things for the sake of it, all right, and it loses its impact. Negative, well, here we go. This is what I really think. You're just a total and utter waste of space. I don't know why you're even sat there looking at me. You've got no hope whatsoever of even summoning up anything resembling any kind of opinion when we do this. You should really probably think about doing something else. How do you feel now?
Yeah, not great, really.
Not great, okay, right. Yeah. Okay, so negative has no purpose, does it? There serves no purpose. It's not designed to encourage, it's not designed to achieve anything, but sometimes these messages can come across. And we've got none, no feedback. Anyone ever experienced no feedback?
Yeah.
Oh, you've received no feedback. I was expecting nothing back then.
You send them the photographs, you know you've done a good job, and you don't get any feedback from them whatsoever. No thank you.
Absolutely.
All these are fantastic.
Yes.
So, you know, sometimes it's just hitting a wall and there's nothing there.
Yeah, I've just done this for you. Great. What's going to happen next? What happens? Why aren't you saying anything? Okay. And then finally, we've got constructive feedback. And the purpose of this is that it's helpful. So there's a mixture of a little bit of positive, so it's encouraging. But there's also steps. So there's a goal, there's something in mind. We're going to help each other to achieve something. And what we're going to help our 4 colleagues who have kindly volunteered or been volunteered to do is they're going to get this Bendy Man home. Now the Bendy Man lives somewhere in this room, and for the purposes of this exercise, can we say that he's going to live on the edge of this flip chart. All right, so there he is. That's where he's got to end up. Okay. Now those guys out there who are having a nice chat at the moment don't know where he lives. At the moment, we know where he lives. He's got to end up on the corner of that flip chart. Only one of them will be able to succeed, and that is the person who receives this feedback, the constructive feedback. What we're going to now do is we're going to go in and we're going to bring in each of our volunteers one by one, and they're going to experience one feedback in isolation, and then we'll ask them about their experience, and we'll be able to see the true impact of that kind of feedback. All right? Now, I need your suggestions here. Who would you like to just give empty praise to? Who do you want to just pile on? Vinny, right, okay. So I'm going to go and get Vinny. I'll be as quick as I can, all right? Right, big round of applause for Vinny, everyone. Vinny. Right, okay, I'm Martyn. Good to meet you. Very, very good, thank you. All right, okay, so you very kindly volunteered to help us with our communication game, all right? It's called the Bendy Man Feedback Game. I've introduced myself to you. I'm now going to introduce you to the Bendy Man. Let me give you the Bendy Man, all right? Great stuff. So, what you need to do is you need to get the Bendy Man home. He's lost. These guys know where he lives, all right? But you don't, okay? And they are going to give you feedback to help you get the Bendy Man home, all right? There's just one thing that I didn't tell you. When you volunteered, I'm going to ask you to pop on this blindfold, all right? So if I can ask you to pop on that blindfold, all right? Do you often wear blindfolds?
I'm at for another time.
Another time, right? Okay. Can you just confirm for us that you can't see anything?
No, I can't see a thing.
You can't see anything. Okay. Usual kind of feeling. Yeah. Right. It's all right. So we're gonna just give you some feedback now to get the Bendy Man home. So it's over to Vinny. All right.
Okay. Where did he leave from? That's a brilliant question.
That is a great question. Yeah.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You work out.
Thank you. Me and you're going to talk later.
Yeah. And you know what? Blue really is your colour. It's great.
Right, but wait. I thought I was supposed to be finding where he goes home. Right?
Yeah, you can.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Vinny, you're great. Okay.
Right. So where does he originate from?
Oh, that's deep. That's deep, isn't it? Yeah.
That's that martial arts training coming off, you see, because he doesn't know what to do. You know, he's been training to
I'm guessing I'm not really here to find out where this guy lives.
Really?
Oh, Vinny, no, come on. See, he's a comedian as well.
Excellent. Right, Vinny, let's stop you there. Can I ask you to pop the blindfold off? Right.
I'm scared.
So, what we were doing was we were giving you one particular kind of feedback, all right? If you look up there, you're receiving just purely positive feedback. We'll ask you about your experience in just a moment, but for the moment, can I ask you to take a seat, please? Give him another round of applause as he sits down. All right. Okay, who do we want to be nasty to? Jason. Right, Jason, so thank you very much for volunteering for this challenge. It's a feedback game, it's a communication game, so thank you, really appreciate your help in this. What you've got to do is you've got to get this Bendy Man home, all right? So I'm going to give you the Bendy Man,
Thank you.
all right? And he lives somewhere in this room. These guys know where he lives, but you don't, all right? And so they're going to help you get the Bendy Man home using feedback, all right? There's just one catch, which I didn't tell you about, and that is that we're going to ask you to pop on this blindfold. So if I can ask you to pop on that blindfold, please. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. So that's rapport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you feedback.
No, that's good, yeah.
I'm sorry, I've done it the wrong way.
Yep. Right. That's the first challenge, get the blindfold on.
Yeah.
So can you confirm to us, please, that you cannot see anything?
I cannot see anything.
Great. Okay. So now we're going to give you some feedback to get the Bendy Man home. Jason.
Okay.
You're not doing very well so far, are you?
No, well, I'm kind of stood here waiting for feedback.
If you want to find
Yeah.
That's the right question, no, no.
Okay, I've just heard noise. Can I have clear instructions?
Oh, he doesn't want much, does he? Wow.
So do I need to actually ask you stuff then?
What do you think?
Do I need to go to the front of the room or back of the room? Just lots of noise, too many messages. One person speak nice and clear.
Too many messages.
I can still see where your feet are, and I can still hear you from here. So just
aggressive violence. That's
It is, isn't it? Honestly.
No, it's not, Jason. This is the problem. So we're trying to help you, and you.
So I need to put this somewhere, and nobody's helping me. So now I feel vulnerable. I feel
So
alone.
well done by.
I feel like there's no clarity.
Yeah.
I can hear noise.
Yeah,
Vinny, isn't it?
So Let's try a different way. There's too much noise. The next person that talks, I'm going to throw the baby. And we'll see if that kind of generally lands.
Right, management style, what does that say about this man? Come on, I don't know. Right, Jason, thank you so much. Have you caught the blindfold off?
That was beautiful, thank you.
Yeah. Right.
What a wonderful sober experience that was.
So just that. So you were very kindly helping us out there by experiencing one kind of feedback, right? So you were getting negative feedback, and I made them choose you for this, right? So they wanted, it was unanimous. It was unanimous. They chose you. So in a moment we're going to ask you about your experience, all right? So but just for the moment, can you just take a seat and you can join in with this next bit, which requires you to say nothing, because the next person who comes in is just going to get stone cold silence, right? They're going to experience no feedback in its sharpest form. So who should that be? Richard. Richard McCann. Right. Okay. He's just been on, but you've got some more of him. Here he is. It's Richard McCann, everyone. Well done. Excellent. Right, Richard, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this this foresight, this Bendy Man feedback game. All right. We've got Richard here, but we haven't got the Bendy Man. Here he is. He's a bit reluctant. I'm not quite sure why, but there you go. I think it's just he's been with Jason too long. So here you go. Here's the Bendy Man. All right. Now the Bendy Man lives somewhere in this room, and you've got to get him home. All right. It's a bit of a challenge, but you are the man for a challenge, aren't you?
Yes, I'm up for it.
Good stuff. And so these guys are going to help you to get the Bendy Man home using feedback. All right.
Okay.
So they're going to use feedback to help you get the Bendy Man home.
Great.
There's just one extra challenge that I'd like you to see if you can overcome, which is you're going to be wearing a blindfold to do this exercise. Okay. So the good thing is, in its conventional sense, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Can you confirm that you can't see anything?
I can't see anything.
Fantastic. Okay, so it's the Bendy Man feedback game. Richard McCann is going to get the Bendy Man home. Over to you, Richard.
So would someone like to give us some ideas or some clues as to how we or where he lives, please? Right. Okay. Is there anybody in the room that can help me find this a home for this thing? Yeah, I'm struggling here now. I've been told that there are people in this room that are going to help me get him home. Can somebody speak to me and tell me, in as clear as instructions as they can, whereabouts this Bendy Man lives? No. Okay, I've probably asked 3 or 4 questions now. Is there anybody in the room that knows, that can help me? Is anybody willing to communicate with me with regards to getting this thing home? If you are willing to do that, will you speak up now so that I can hear you? Is there anybody in the room? So I think we're failing here.
Right, let's put Richard Evans in. Thank you so much. Take your blindfold off, please. Thank you so much. Right, Richard, I really, really appreciate your help. Okay, so you were helping us there to understand the impact of no feedback, all right?
All right.
So in a moment, we'll ask you to just share your thoughts and opinions about your experience, but for the moment, can I ask you to join your colleagues, please? And then we'll have the next person up. So that's Dave. I'll go and get Dave. Here he is, everyone. Dave Kitchen, round of applause, come on. Right, let me introduce you to the Bendy Man. Yep. Here's the Bendy Man. Okay, this is called the Bendy Man feedback game. The idea is that we use feedback to get the Bendy Man home. So your mission is to get this little Bendy Man home. Okay. These people all know where he lives, all right? Okay. But you don't. However, they'll help you get him home using feedback. Okay. You're at their mercy, though. Because I'm going to be asking you to pop up on blindfold, please. So you're 3 times before they've done that. Amazing, isn't that brilliant? Such enthusiasm for being blindfolded. Okay, can you confirm you can't see anything?
I can't see.
Fantastic. So it's over to the team members here. Help him out. Bendy Man feedback game, starring the Bendy Man and Dave Kitchen. Off we go.
Dave, put your hand forward. You put your right hand forward, mate. That's it. There you go.
Turn to your right.
Well done. Well done.
Bit more. Right, mate. That's it. Down a little bit. Forward. Step left. Yeah, and again. You'll hit. Give it a second, and down a little bit more, mate.
And just lift him up slightly. Lift him up slightly. Right. And there you go. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. And pop the blindfold off. Round of applause to him. Fantastic. So, Dave, you were the only one to successfully complete that mission, so thank you for getting the Bendy Man home. You were receiving a particular kind of feedback, which was constructive feedback, all right? And we'll ask you about that experience in just a moment. So if you could have a seat, please. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for helping out. Oh, let's see, get him on the home.
Bendy man's been evicted.
He has. Right, okay, so let's understand the impact of these different forms of feedback then, please. So can I just ask, who was it received the first form of feedback? Right, Vinny, how was that for you?
I'm not used to people being nice. So
Not really being nice, okay, all right.
it was
Okay.
actually quite strange. But
It was
yeah.
strange, was it? Okay. And what kinds of things were you hearing?
Nice things, which was making me smile. Then I felt worse because all people say is obviously my mouth. So
Right.
And then I'm thinking, what are you doing in front of me that I don't know?
Yeah, okay. So nice at first, but then that changed. And how did you feel then?
Awkward.
Awkward. Okay, so it was nice but then awkward. And then you were thinking, okay, well, what's really going on?
Yeah.
What's really going on? Okay, that's interesting. What was it like for us then, just purely showering all this positive feedback? Fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just saying bullshit for the sake of it.
Yeah. So not helpful.
Absolutely helpful.
Not helpful. And we didn't achieve it either. We didn't achieve the end goal, which was to get the Bendy man home. All right? Okay, so positive feedback sounds great at first, but very quickly loses its substance. Then we had negative feedback, and our recipient of negative feedback was Jason Dutton.
Fantastic.
Hey.
Uplifting.
Nice.
It was chaotic.
Chaotic.
There was too much noise.
Right.
There was no clarity. I couldn't hear one person talk. So there was lots of different noises coming at me, but I couldn't decipher them. So I just felt kind of helpless.
Yep.
I was just stood there and I didn't take one positive step forward.
Didn't take one positive step.
I was just getting up shouting
Okay.
with all this negativity.
Yeah. And what sort of thoughts were going through your mind then?
Kind of hatred.
Hatred.
Disgust.
Yeah.
Bile, literally could feel it creeping up my body. It was just that kind of lack of, it was helplessness. It was that lack of understanding of what I was supposed to do. It just demoralised me, made me feel quite miserable.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wow. That's all right. That's great. So, yeah, exactly. And so you just felt demoralised, didn't
it was
understand what you had to
pointless.
do.
There was too much noise,
No
too
point.
much shouting, too many different sounds, and no instructions whatsoever. So
Yeah.
I took nothing positive from it at all.
Exactly. Okay. Now, in reality, we probably wouldn't be that nasty to someone. Hopefully, I really hope we wouldn't. However, sometimes if we receive the news that we're not wanting, or if we hear something that we don't particularly want to accept, that can have the same impact. So we need to keep that in mind. The next person received stone cold silence, which was Richard over there. So Richard, what was your experience like with the Bendy man?
I felt like I was doing something wrong. I was missing out. I was missing something that was glaringly obvious that I should be doing, and I wasn't communicating it, and I was making a fool of myself. That's what I felt like. And then as I kept asking more questions, I thought, I'm being quite clear here. I'm asking.
Yeah.
I kept pushing, and nothing back. It felt.
Yeah. So you were asking some great questions, and it was almost hard to not to break the silence. Did anyone else think that? Yeah. So that was a fantastic effort at trying to get us to respond, but we were still not giving you any feedback. Okay, great, thank you. And then finally, Dave, where is he? There he is. Dave, so you received constructive feedback. You got the Bendy man home. How was that for you?
It was really helpful. There were some really specific instructions there. Somebody said 90 degrees to your right, which for me is that's absolutely critical. It's really specific instructions that I can follow. Somebody said a little bit more, so I knew I wasn't quite there, but I was nearly there. So it was just really ultimately quite easy actually to achieve the goal.
Okay.
People were giving me really good specific instructions to help me achieve what I needed to do.
Great. So the things we're hearing there is that it was specific. You felt it was easy to do. You knew, you felt comfortable with the advice you were getting. Okay, great. And you achieved the goal as well, which is fantastic. Okay, brilliant. So to wrap this up, then there are four separate four different kinds of feedback that we might send and receive. We may not intentionally do this. However, the recipient may feel that that's what they're getting. So we should consider their thoughts and their feelings and position that accordingly. And it's really just about understanding them and understanding how they might want to receive the message. So a thought to just leave you with is, has anyone here read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey? Yeah, okay. So one of the habits that he talks about is seek first to understand before being understood. Seek first to understand before being understood. So if we keep that in mind, then we'll usually be on the right track with sending the right message and bridging that gap of understanding and ultimately getting more yeses. So it's Martyn Sloman from Gold Dust. Thank you very much. And the Bendy Man.
Smile, be chat, join for networking.